Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Shamar Nayah here again today. And I just want to go into another quick breakdown of my Revelation series and give the correct breakdown and understanding of Revelation chapter 16. So without further ado, let's get into it. And this is Revelation 16:1, and it reads, I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways, and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the man which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. And to break verse 1 and 2 down, this is talking about that grievous sore. That's that sore which will be caused by those that take the MOTB, and by doing so, it's going to cause a cancerous ulcer or boils as you may, because another precept I can back this up is this is Exodus 9. The title is plague of boils. Exodus 9 and 8, and it reads, and the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts throughout all the land of Egypt. And I bring this out to because this is proving the same thing that happened back then will happen now, because again in Egypt they suffered plagues of ulcers or boils as you may, and as we know, the brothers and sisters that got the 100% truth, America is spiritually Egypt, so the same plague will happen to those that take that MOTB. Revelation 16:3, and it reads, and the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and the fountains of water, and they became blood. And this is speaking about the third parts of men, you see, which we know as the Edomites, and the blood of the dead man is the same as the third part of man. And we can get the precept I want to bring out to prove that is when you go to Revelation 8. Revelation 8:8. And it reads, and the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood, and the third part of the creature which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. You see, when it keeps saying the third part, it's talking about the third classification of men, which is the Edomites. You see, going back to Revelation 16, verse 5, and it reads, and I heard the angel of the water say, thou art righteous, O Lord, which art in waste, and shall be, because thou hast judged us. Verse 6, for they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And again, that blood, that blood of the Edomites, the blood of the Edomites that they shed over years, will be required of them, because here it is, Esau Edom, they've been doing centuries of atrocities against Jake, and you know, that they feel like they don't have to repay for that. But again, and when you get Ezekiel 35, it tells you that they're gonna have to repay for everything that they did. You see, the sword that they use so frequently, that's gonna be turned upon them by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna take Esau Edom down. Salakia. Since I quoted it, I'm gonna get Ezekiel 35. Con. This is Ezekiel 35 and 5, and it reads, "Because thou hast a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." And again, it can't get no clearer than that. So again, to break that down, because Esau Edom had that perpetual hatred for us, Jake, and you know, murdered plenty of Israelites through centuries when they came into power. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will make it to where everything, you know, that they had that was done unto us is gonna be done to them, and rightfully so. And another precept I'm going to bring out, because again, all these atrocities that they did, they gotta pay for that, and the scriptures talk about that. This is Numbers 35, and it reads, this is Numbers 35, verse 33, and it reads, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." You see? So again, the only way America can be cleansed is by the blood the blood that has shed by, you know, by who has shedded it, the blood first. You see? And that would be Esau Edom. First, because of what they did to us, you know, to the northern kingdom, when they came over here, invaded over here, you know, Christopher Columbus and the shit that he did, and then, you know, they got to also pay for the things that they did for the southern kingdom, for what they did with the transatlantic slave trade. So, you know, it goes into that eye for an eye, you know. Going back to Revelation 16. This is Revelation 16 and 7, and it reads, "And I heard another out of the altar saying, Even so, Lord, power, almighty, true, and righteous are thy judgment." And again, this is going into Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is a just power, and no one is going to, you know, no one is going to escape his judgments. You see. Verse 8. "And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and the power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And the men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of Yahweh, which hath power over the plagues, and they repented not to give him glory." So, and to break this down, this is basically going into, you know, them ICB when the ICB and missiles hit. You gotta know why it's talking about that great heat, because let me see if I can pull the precept. 1 second, Salakia. Get 2 Peter 3:10. This is 2 Peter 3:10, and it reads, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So again, that's talking that great that great heat that's mentioned in Revelation 16:9. That's those are them ICBM missiles being shot off and hitting a designated targets. You see. Um, Another precept I can bring out is Revelation 9. Go all the way down to verse 15. And it reads, this is Revelation 9 and 15, and it reads, and the fourth angel was loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men, which we already know what that third part is. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horse and the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and a jackton and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three were the third part of men killed, by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouths and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And this is basically to sum that up. This is talking about, again, them ICBM missiles being shot off and hitting and destroying Esau Edom. You see. But also I want to continue to read Revelation 9, and it reads, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. And this is basically going into, not all of the Edomites will be destroyed, because again, you will have the elites. They're going to go into their bunkers thinking that when the destruction is over and cleared up, that they are just going to come out and rebuild. And that's not what's going to happen, because again, we got to bring it out. Jeremiah 16. Well, that's going to stop all their plans, because again, you wicked elites, banking elite families, you're going to have to pay for that. You're not going to when the destruction comes, you're not going to go back into power. You motherfuckers is going into hard captivity. Thus said the scriptures. This is Jeremiah 16 and 16, and it reads, behold, I will send many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish for them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. So again, it tells you again right there that the elect will gather, all the elites that were in those bunkers. You see, to further prove the point, I just want to make it This is Revelation 6 and 15, and it reads, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? So again, like these elites, they're gonna try to go into them bunkers, while it says hiding in them rocks, and they're gonna try to hide from the elect and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. But again, as we just read in Jeremiah 16:16, they're gonna be gathered, and they're gonna be put into hardcore slavery, and again, rightfully so, because y'all gotta pay for the shit that y'all did. Um, and ultimately, that they believe that they can, escape judgment, but we know that's not gonna happen. Um, this is Amos 9:1, and it reads, I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, thence shall my heart, thus shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And this is basically going to break down verse 1. They're not going to escape judgment. As I stated before, they believe that once that destruction hits, that they're going to be able to come back up and rebuild, but that's not going to happen. You're not going to escape judgment. Again, you niggas is going into hardcore slavery, hardcore bondage. And to break down verse 2, when it's talking about dig into hell, meaning digging in the ground, and then to when it says to breaking down climb up to heaven, they're going to try to break the firmament, but ultimately they can't. You see, it's been numerous times. What was that? If I can remember correctly, Project Fishbowl, where they tried to shoot missiles up at the firmament, and that they can't break the firmament. And then that also debunks that lie, but that they went to the moon. But of course we know, because how can you go to the moon and we don't even have the technology to even go past to withstand the Van Allen belt. You see. But again, this is the lies that Esau Edom has pushed through the centuries. Going back to Revelation 16 and 12, and it reads, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great rivers Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east may be prepared. And as you can see now, that Euphrates rivers is drying up. And especially in today's time, the Arab nations, the Arab nations, they're starting to prepare for war. You see, a precept I can bring out is second Esdras 15. Hopefully they give me the website I want. There we go. Internet moving slow for some reason. That's not the one I want, but I'm gonna just type it in. So I just 15. See if I can get it on Bible Gateway. Slovakia. For some reason, it's being slow. It just wasn't, but I guess Um, I got my sword here. I'm gonna just read it out the Apocrypha. So apparently it's moving slow. Um, okay, con. This is Second Esdras 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 28, and it reads, "Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east." Verse 29, "Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble." Verse 30, "Also the Carmanians raging in the wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join the battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of Assyria." Syrians, Slakia. Verse 31, "And then shall the dragon have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings." And to basically break this down, this is, again, that's go talking about those, the Arab nations rising up. They got the power to do that now. You see, going back to Revelation 16, and it reads, Revelation 16 and 13, and it reads, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." And those three unclean spirits is talking about, those the three city states of the world. Spiritually, it will be, Washington D.C. on the Slovakia, Slovakia. I'm gonna just those three spirits, unclean spirits. That is talking about, the three city states of the world spiritually. You got Washington D.C., which will be equivalent to the military, and then you have London, which again will be equivalent to, the financial capital, and then you have the Vatican City, which again is equivalent to the religion. And as we know, that mouth of the dragon, which is being spoke about, is the ancient Roman Empire. That beast, which is again NATO and EU, and the false prophet again is the Raphlik Slakia, getting tongue tied, the Roman Catholic Church, and all and all the things that stem from it. What's my place? Okay. This is Revelation 16 and 14, and it reads, "For they are the spirits of the devil, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth, and of the whole earth, and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of the power Almighty." And again, this is talking about how Edom uses his technology to do the things on the earth. Verse 15, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame." So Yahweh Shai, to break this down, Yahweh Shai will come, as a thief. So we, as prophets, are to watch, to keep our garments, which is just truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And if we don't keep it, we're going to be naked in shame. You see, and there's some precepts I want to bring out. Hopefully, Mark 13. Let's start at 32. See, now it wants to fucking. Now the internet is acting up. Okay. I guess I'm gonna just pull out my sword again and read it from the book so I can bear with me. Any other time my internet is cool, but now it wants to act up. This is Mark chapter 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 32, and it reads, "But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the neither the Son, but the Father." Verse 33, "Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is." Verse 34, "For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch." Verse 35, "Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find ye sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch." So again, the scriptures, and there's plenty more scriptures that speaks about this. You know, you got First Thessalonians 5:2, you know, and then you got 2 Peter 3. You know, so we, you know, as prophets, you know, men of the Lord, we're supposed to be watching the times. You see, yeah, they fucking up crazy. We supposed to be watching, you know, and watching these prophecies, you know, as things continue to play out here in Babylon, as the time of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shem Yahushua comes back, you know. I'm shitty. That shit even happened. Continuing on, you know, we gotta keep doing it. Revelation 16:16, and it reads, "And he gathered them together in a place called in a Hebrew tongue Armageddon." And you know, Armageddon, you know, means, you know, the mountains of troops. Slakia. Verse 17, "And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, It is done." Verse 18, "And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake." And to basically break this down, this is that earthquake that is being, you know, that is being referring to is when them ICBM missiles hit. You see, and it's going to shake the earth. And I want to see if it works now, but I doubt it. So I gotta read from my actual book, Salakia. I'm shitty. Out of all the times, my internet works perfectly, but now when I'm doing a lesson, it's fucking up. Anyway, you know, nevertheless, we got to do it. I got to push this lesson out, so bear with me. This is Isaiah 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 20, and it reads, "The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth." You see? So that's what that earthquake in Revelation, in this Revelation 16 and 18. That's what that earthquake is. Those ICBM missiles being hit. You see. Um, Continuing on, verse 19. And a great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High Yahweh, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon great men and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blasphemed power because of the plagues of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceedingly great. And basically, to break this down, when you talking about when I'm breaking down 19 and 20, this is again when the missiles hit, it's going to change the landscape of America. You see, that's when it's talking about divided into the great city was divided in three parts. You see, and to get the final verse again, verse 21, that those that's talking about again those ICBM missiles being hit and shot off and hitting a designated place. So with that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Shamar Nayah. I hope this lesson was edifying. To the next time, Shalom.